I daily update. Chama Wontumi nsɛm no na etwa gu. Ne nyina ne sɛ ɛyɛ chama Wontumi ba ɛyɛ ɔhene ba na ɛka asɛm bi. Wɔ releasing for sɛ ɛyɛ NDC for land minister Kofi Buah no at information say chama Wontumi bank account. Chama Wontumi fee yenko ready or 2 chama Wontumi bank account yen seize. Abusua we from the horses Oma from one akache ɔhene ba ɛna ɛkasa asɛm sɛ chama Wontumi bank account lands minister what say yes lands minister and I say what say yes chama Wontumi ɛyɛ bank account e be freeze no and I say be seize and I say be je free himself due to the mess awakɔ no na say chama Wontumi asɛ ɔman asase no enti assistance na ebetie yitie ɔhene ba nsɛm na ebetie Kelvin tell nsɛm a ɔka in relation to yiram chama Wontumi devastation awakɔ to the land na amaboɔ so a wɔso ne nyinaa anya sɛ you because the land ɔman sɛ no abusua ɛbɛdwo nsɛm.
NDC WhatsApp platforms baby and command per moody. That's Rambo style. Young Kochi Wontumi. Solid money. I'm talking about solid money. Koso said, Omunizu Wontumi as a scapegoat.
Wow.
And your Kasa Wontumi was Sika. And your bango. And your goat. One Kasi and Kochi Wontumi. Young Kochi Wontumi, young Kosa Chinifie, yes, season in bank account, young frozen account. Omu by propagate and they say, Womu ever commission, Omu communicators in any civil society organizations here, won't be the way. So Obiatra TV scenario to one Kasi and Kochi Wontumi. Young Kochi Wontumi, young Kosa Chinifie, yes, season in bank account, young frozen account. Omu by propagate and no sana ho na ave Yakwachi Wontumi a China. Nankomodiani nyina free cocaine some galamsey some near the dinner after Wontumi and it's a party base.
There is a lot of hope. It means that so you're Ghana near you have to be happy. You have to be happy because it is looking like the government of the day has this will, is ready to fight galamsey. Now look at this. Out. You see how people are putting their lives on the line. This is the trademark. So NPP. This is the NPP you just saw in our forest reserves. Today, Arma Betina TV so catch the Ghana for say a demonstration because 2 months, 3 months, NDC are buying and survey galamsey. Sanko for so see a chum near the second war minimum. Today, the same fools, these same criminals, the likes of Chairman Wontumi, Kojo Akroma, Kate Jemfua, Samia Uku, Lord Kome, Kokuba Akomone Gabiocheda Akomono, the likes of Chairman Wontumi Nasefono. Today, they are on TV telling Ghana for say, after this destruction, in the name of politics, Omdi Ghana, no, 3 months, no, yen solve a problem in tea. Yenjai Bibia ni blame John Mahama. On say recently, Omoko and Omokoche Edian. Omokoche Chairman Wontumi. Ne saita na sebio on the Chinese for Gum Virgin Forest. Chairman Wontumi, and there as we speak, you are a handful. NPP 4-way person by Chairman Wontumi, national chairman of the NPP. I'm a national chairman. It should worry you. You should be scared. This is Chairman Wontumi. Video I'm the and thousands of such distractions are wide in Ghana. The party in opposition, NPP, no, NPF, no, they are thinking of making that guy the national chairman. Sad distraction, ya Chinese for we know. Chairman Wontumi was just a regional chairman. Obetina TV so betina 2482 asase so e wo menhia eyi gold free ni panel no or just a mere regional chairman. Now or a chairman of only Ashanti region. Now the NPP want to make Chairman Wontumi the national chairman, meaning region biaba beshana say. That means the distraction away was just one region, 2 regions, 3 regions, you know. When he's given the nod to be the national chairman, he will take all the 16 regions and destroy it. This is the NPP. It's a betrayal as a party dangerous. These are people you cannot play with. These are people who kill and they enjoy the destruction they have done to Ghanaians. These are crazy stuff. Also recently, Mote Abrewa Ninkran. Sa site we know omoko destroy and recently soldier for ko na echema want to be sites. Abrewa Ninkran bi na soldier for ko ho a you see a whole forest mu, you see a whole city site no inside the forest. Chairman Wontumi. Because he was just a regional chairman KKO. And they gave him the room. Nana do dan kweku for the Gina TV so catch say akonta mine na ye nyina ye nima land commission publish a document e kire so mo ye galamsey no Nana do dan kweku for the Gina TV so catch say ono na adding the presidency at all akonta mining is not involved in illegal mining. The same time na Ekufu Addo kasa no na chairman Wontumi akonta mining company no na omu see eye Abrewa Ninkran na they were building a galamsey hub. They were building a galamsey hub in the middle of our forest. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo knew. Every single regional minister of the NPP knew. Every chief, Sadio, we are building on towns. They knew. They gave him the room. They built a whole city inside a virgin forest. Chairman Wontumi at the excavators Bunya, a virgin forest. Eko see a whole galamsey city. Now, there's something you don't know. The land minister issued statement, Buah. And I'm going to do everything possible to support this man in his fight against galamsey. He's not sophisticated. Maybe he's not the kind you see or share a very shiny shirt, living a flamboyant lifestyle, trying to speak the perfect English. But one thing I know about him is he's Ghanaian and is ready to deliver. So me, I am willing to genuineness. Let me tell you, the fight against this menace is not going to be a 4-year fight. It's not going to be an 8-year fight. It's going to be a fight that is going to take long. That the reason why we have to understand, say, we can only win this fight, we all have to be willing and ready to keep this momentum and keep this government. Because the people who caused this problem, they are on the sidelines. The NPP are sitting. They are waiting. They want to do us harm. They want to put the final nail. It's me, whatever I can do to stop a NPP from coming back to do this, I'll do it. And I'll do it with the incredible facts. And you're personal. It's not against an individual. It's not against the party. It is against people in the party who have bad intentions to destroy this nation. It's Arma Buah, Amanfo who no TV so. When he saw the video and other things that was shown to him as the minister, he cried. And my MPP communicators, and me myself, I wrote it on my Twitter, Arma Buah, stop crying and do the job. The reason why I wrote that was that we all have our low points. But when you get to our low point, we need to understand that low point is telling us that we need to fight the battle. Unless you're not human, and I'll be with the destruction in the forest you just saw, now feel sad. He is sad and cry because right now the responsibility is upon him to save your child. Every single Ghanaian, the 32 million, 33 million Ghanaians, Ghana, no, every single child, na brabo insure benum every single day, it's on this guy to make sure he fights it. This is a burden. And unless you are not ready to fight this, you wouldn't mind. Sabio, Saoko, na kabo obi krama da kwanwa, you don't feel it. But Saoko na kabo ukra krama da kwanwa, you feel it. And the guy is feeling it because he knows that it is not just him. It cuts deep. So when he sits on TV to cry, he's crying because he sees the damage. He's just an individual who came to occupy an officer, a fellow human being. Ashadatnasi are destroyed. And I know every single day, or who saw video now, is going to remind him, is going to tell him, is going to ginger him, he's going to tell him that the sacrifices and the promise you made to the young people of Ghana, you need to fulfill it. Make sure you fight this galamsey. Leadership is what you are seeing. People are hurt. He put himself in your shoes. He put himself in that ordinary Ghanaian praso ɔte ɛyɛ ekura galamsey no oyi ne ho firi ɛyɛ a member of parliament position mu oyi ne ho firi ɛyɛ deɛn a ministerial position mu oyi ne ho firi ɛyɛ mayor Arma Buah. He placed himself of the western region. He knows what galamsey can do. At that moment, he wasn't doing politics. He has left that zone. He was in that zone that was realistic, that this needs to be tackled. So this is not a joke. It is not politics as usual. This is a national disaster which was brought upon us by the NPP, led by Chairman Wontumi, Kesi, Samuel Wuku, Kojo Ponkroma, Gabi Ochredakun. This was led by Lord Kome. This is a disaster. This is genocide inflicted upon us by a political party called the NPP. So unless Unia Badaye, you don't have empathy and sympathy to understand what we are talking about. Obi awawu Ghana, yawu no Ghana, owoba Ghana. Na adwene say obewu amiesie do Ghana no. When you see this kind of destruction, it hurts you. Ekire wo nya nipa. Ekire wo ya aboa. Ekire wo ma politics e jimu. Actually, you want to tell me the past 8 years we were not in Ghana. And when a young man, a young woman, because of politics, but not social media, and the John Mahama unsolved galamsey. Now it's a sani pano or sabua or see a chicken near what's second one minimum. Because then they still don't understand how deep that cuts. They still think it is politics. They still think me party ni power anti. They still don't feel for the Ghanaian who is being killed by the actions of Omwankasa party. They still don't get it. They still see this as politics as usual. Now the minister has taken action. And the minister was what? Or say Lands Minister Direct Minerals Commission to revoke Akroma mining's lease for allegedly selling portions of the Tano Nimrim forest to illegal miners at 350,000 per concession. So, dear Chairman, Wontumi ya mumudu do monti asedeni. Maminye we na afi yenye CG story no. What is happening is say, enutina Chairman Wontumi sometimes no Otumi Gina TV so bo so aka kire mo say, onye galamsey bia, no Chinese is working for me. Go to court if you have evidence. The reason why intia abuaba we etimi bien anokasa asem kire Ghana for, even though Krampono, your evidence on record, on file say the Lands Commission clearly came out to tell Chairman Wontumi say he is doing illegal mining. No. The reason Otumi nya sa kukudo kasa asem no, I mean trick no. And that is something he has been doing for years. And it's not to me a bold, no alternative to say, Minya galamsey. What Chairman Wontumi does and say. Chairman Wontumi and then Akroma mining, no, they don't have a license or lease to mine. They don't have it. Now, Chairman Wontumi hides behind a prospecting license. Now, the prospecting license, different from a leasing license. Now, and our license to mine. Now, what Chairman Wontumi does and say, San Nimrim Forest, or the prospecting license, and or the koye eko boo assassin gumu, eko boo forest, So what he did is say, or the patapa and illegality, and or GBB a friend of prospecting, or kotu tuneni, or kotu sansaso, say be a gold or baby, or who go na ansana waba, abekas okay, maybe young krata, aje license and the bed ebe to a good day. What he did was, the NPP government, eman all the access, and he hid behind what we call prospecting license. It was just our license, and we do rural virgin forest, and ukoko oho asase or the license, a boo ekes to guye. Now, do you know what he does? Orasa sinimua say a 500 acre, and now 500 acres, whatever you want to call it. Now, or the Chinese for naba. Or the Chinese for the bar. Now, what a sasana momo. Now, let me read something to you first before I continue this. Now, you see this document. A document, your friend of Minerals and Mining Act, as amended by Minerals and Mining Amendment Act 2019 Act 995, arrangement of sections. Now, Sa Act way. and a chere. So person ma oya mine in Ghana. The also ye any day ni so ye. The emrana ma ho kwan any the emrana emma ho kwan. Now this was what Chairman Wontumi did. Sebio at this point, you know, maybe chiro the secret. Anything or say obi antumi njeli no. Now so hwe eye Minerals Mining Act now. Also your ownership of minerals and cadastral system. Minerals Property of Republic, compulsory acquisition of land available for application for minerals right. Now, so sa act we want. This is what you see. Let me read this part in show. Now, so section 14 of the Minerals Act now. This is what it says. A minerals right shall not in whole or in part be transferred. A minerals right shall not be in whole or in part be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered or dealt in a manner without the prior approval in writing of the minister, which approval shall not be unreasonably withheld or given subject to unreasonable conditions. You see amount license or Ghana, say whether to prospecting license to mine. Emrani chere say sa license the mawo Kelvin Taylor, the mawo Chairman Wontumi a. Only the right to say sa license no obeka se wode ma obi e de akwakwa ye adwuma ana ode sublet obi ana say o ka say okay maje sa ade we midimu half may transfer lease we am asimesi. Sa we amakoji lease wo e 10 acres no may transfer half e de amobi. Ghana mrane kire say half o quarter o asase nyina no only the right to say obe transfer de amobi. Say G now also fire den prospecting. G now also fire den fire mining. Emranitia whether whole or half or piece. Emranitia say you need to go to the minister and take permission. You need to go to the minister for minister to write and sign and say you have been given the approval to do what? To sublet. To basically say what was assassin be mo be say or no so anything and mine was so. Into so prospecting license and not mining license. Emrano Minerals Act say Wontumi transfer ma obia. Wontumi entrance as be mo be say also eya akwesi amankwa Jennifer your prospecting or na mining was so emranitia. Now okay point 2 now. This is what the point 2 says. Make sure be answer my church and my Wontumi the oye. Besides, which one is this? Where the minister has not given a decision in writing to the applicant within 30 days of receipt of an application for approval, the minister shall, upon a request from the applicant, give written reason to the applicant for the failure to communicate a decision on the application. So, Obi Kra Chokoma minister, and said, Minister, Menam Chairman Wontumi, Bream Forest, no maji 50,000 acres. Na me pese me di ebima obi no so area mining and as area prospecting. So minister na responde kra after 30 days the minister na responde a that person still a uni hu kwan say at the end of the day obekọ akoye saade no. Enti so minister na responde kra you need to find a way to communicate to the minister to get a written you are supposed to get a written documentation that from the minister officially that you can at the end of the day do what? You can at the end of the day transfer the land to mine. But until you are able to get a written permission from the minister, you cannot. Now, point 3 now. The reason required under subsection 2 shall be sent to the applicant within 14 days to receipt of the request. So basically, point 4, a dispute between the minister and an applicant or a holder in respect of a decision of the minister under subsection 1 shall be referred for resolution under section 27. Point 5, subject to the other provision of this section, an undivided proportionate part of a minerals right or application for a minerals right may be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered or dealt with. So basically, what the law says in the say, so okoji asase, na ka say oko prospecting, okoji asase, na ka say oko mining na, until obeji a written permission from the minister, documented and put on file. No, you don't have the right say obe transfer mobi. And I say, what about another company? Another man, you pay say, Omukrampo and mining or so, and someone perspective also. That is the basic statement here. It is a chairman. I want to make a Brim Forester. Say, nobody has the right to prospect. In fact, chairman, I want to me license an original Brim. At this sense, it wasn't mining license, it was prospecting license. It was what? It was prospecting license. Chairman, I want to me in the first place. Okuta prospecting license, Okuta mining license. He does not have the right to mine. Now, my mention the AC. Mr. S. Now, Chairman Wontumi, the oil say, let me put his picture on the screen. Send a beya, Ubiabe Hunkwasi Adia oil. This is not the picture I'm looking for. Now, Chairman Wontumi, the oil say, the AC of Brim no. The chairman won't me yen Okoji asase no. Enti san oye no every part of Ghana. Owura Virgin Forest nim with prospecting license. Owura Forest nim a na or the force we wurem also koye prospecting. It be 50 acres, 200 acres. Owura asase nim a na owia we twitwa asase ni piece. We try to 10 acre, 5 acre, 20 acre, 12 acre. Or we are not or the Chinese for na ba. Or the Chinese for na ba. No man the Ghana for no. ABA companies, no more partner Chinese for no. What he does is say, technically, Assassino is under prospecting, which belongs to the Akonta mining. Now, what you try Assassino my Chinese for no. Now my Chinese for no Ghana for no a partner. Now, terms or no more can say. Asasi biano or the more 350,000. That is the Ghana is kind of 3.5 billion. Or we are not catch almost say every week go the biamo betunu Tuesday biano breaking day in Sunday friend. Sa galamsey no mo every week go the biamo over 50% shares wom. That means say so to gold 10 kilos or 5 kilos. Into only chairman Wontumi no sa Brim Forest no. Waji to go prospect, but on your prospective also. Waji no asubleti, which is against the Mining Act.
And then I will show you made in and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share and for comment. About the brand I can make for United. Stay tuned, stay connected. God bless.